Welcome back. I'm Teresa Harding, and last time we talked about the 6 colored hats and how they can change your life. This time I'm going to talk about how to harness the power of those 6 colored hats because they can make such a huge difference in your personal life, in your work, with your family, everything. First, I'll just quickly review what the 6 hats are. The first hat is the white hat. This is the person who likes to be factual. They are fact-driven, they want data, they want stats, they want logic. The second hat is the red hat. This one is emotions and feelings. This is the person who has a lot of heart. They use their intuition, their gut feelings, the heart's voice. The third hat is the black hat. This person is cautious, can be critical. This is kind of the judge's hat. This is the person who has that inner critic who's always evaluating the risk and pointing out what could go wrong. The fourth hat is the yellow hat. This is optimism. This is the person who wears this hat is seeing opportunities. There's positivity in everything. They're a pretty sunny personality. The fifth hat is the green hat. This is creativity. This is the person who thinks outside the box. The sixth hat is the blue hat. This is the person who controls the organization. They manage things. They're sort of the conductor for all the other hats. So if we not only have all these different personalities working together, we also have all these different personalities inside of us. They end up, we wear different roles, we wear different hats depending on what our role is at the time. So how do you harness all of this? Because it's not just for you, it's for your team, it's for whatever organization you're in. And that can be a family, that can be a charitable organization, it can be work with colleagues, every part of our life. So the first thing you need to do to harness this is be aware. Watching these videos is exactly where you needed to be because you found out what they are. And now I bet since if you watched the first video first, I bet you anything you started recognizing and noticing people who wear the different hats. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, they are so red hat. That's why they do that. I want you to recognize the hats you predominantly wear. What are you usually wearing? Are you constantly the critic? Are you the optimist? Or because balance is essential, you need to do a little bit of both. The second thing you can do that will help you harness the power of these different personalities, even within yourself, is to communicate. And when I say communicate, when you're thinking of groups or teams or your family, yes, you need to communicate outwardly. But when you're communicating with yourself, you need to be honest with yourself. Are you really balanced? Are you black hat or are you, like I'm green hat? So I'm always having these ideas, but there has to be follow through. There has to be structure. There has to be someone who organizes it. So if I'm always just having ideas and I don't really ever finish anything, then that's not a good thing. I need to be honest with myself. That's how I would communicate with myself. If everyone identifies their dominant hat, what happens is it aids in collaboration. So for example, if you put a green hat who's creative with a white hat who does data analyst for a project with both innovation and factual backing, you are going to get a better result. If you are in a family and you've got someone who, like me, is green and you've got my husband who is black hat, we've got to find a way to communicate because for me, it starts to feel really negative if he's pointing out the flaws. I want to hear some of the things that he thinks will work. And now I've learned also to appreciate the fact that he tells me what doesn't work. And there's always a bright side. There's always something positive that can come from anything that's going on, even something hard with your child. So if you have someone in your family who can point out the positive, don't get annoyed with them. Be grateful that you have a yellow hat in your family who can notice the good. And the third thing that you can do to harness the power of these hats is develop flexibility. I know that is not what you wanted to hear, but I'm telling you right now, if you will step outside your comfort zone, if you are a staunch blue hat, maybe it's time to don the green hat. It's time to put it on for a change, read a creative book, try a new hobby, expand your horizons, be willing to look at someone else's point of view. Because understanding these hats and balancing this isn't just about personal growth. It's about enriching every aspect of our lives. It's about creating products in our business that can help solve other people's problems. If we can't work together, we're not going to create solutions for the world. If it's in our family, we need to create stronger bonds, stronger relationships, stronger power and empowerment. This is huge. We are going to have healthier relationships. We are going to have thriving careers, and we'll keep our mind and our body healthier. And it all begins by balancing the hats. The first person who came up with these 6 hats is De Bono. He called them his 6 thinking hats. and is a powerful technique for looking at the way people make decisions and the way they have different perspectives. And it truly can help us understand one another better, because we want to create a better environment that creates better solutions for the world. We don't want to just think different. We want to be different.